Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. Like I can say, it's always good to be alive, and even more so when you are live. We are live for a very special program. Fambulem, the race for State House continue. And in this continuation for the race for State House, we dey have conversation with we stakeholders them, people them we responsible for shape the future of we country. Today, on the Then and Now TV Media Empire platform, we na the 22nd of May 2023. My name na Prince Chroma, and we get the host of this program. Remember, I'm not a host. I've just been given the honor for introduce the program, but we get the host who I will pass the baton to shortly, and then we get a very special guest. I believe say this guest, despite the tons of interview that we don't do on this particular platform, now in very first time, and it's a honor for have him on the platform. It's a very critical time in the history of the country. Elections is looming, and then decision that way people in get for make. It get some implication them and ramification where in the long run can affect either in the positive or the negative. Now it make it fine for information what they provide, it be the right kind of information so that at least when people then decide or make up their minds as to which way they want to go, the choices the way they go make it go based on something which is well informed. So the continuation for this episode of the race for State House continue, and in this particular segment, we get a young, vibrant, and dynamic politician. But like I say again, not only business for introducing today, we get a very special guest, and we host. So Fambulema, the advice, una not touch that dial because once again, unlike any other platform, this is not the TNN TV Media Empire, where impartiality it is at the heart and the core of what you would preach. Stay tuned and please shape. So yes, Fambulem, indeed, it is showtime and it's over to the host of tonight's program, the one and only Imran Toure, commonly known as Imran T. We will introduce we guest and then we'll go take him from there. Welcome, everybody. Imran, it's over to you.
Me Fambulem in a cabo, plenty kushete in a hall. Today, I want to take this privilege for welcome a very promising man, Arthur, Mr. Pearce, the man way be the flag for NGC. The man way I be see him say, na small man to me, but after way I notice the way how he only ride himself through politics na salon, he make a glad he say it's not all bad. We get some young man them way get class in them, then get decency, then get the spirit of fire inside them for try for turn we country around. And this man here are so delighted because the last time we know him, now be a full-blooded NGC man. Now man, we get sincerity in him. When he talks say he be NGC, now be man with a flagging character, we stand for one thing, NGC. But of late, I am the happiest of all men because this man don't seem for the his side. I'm not going to say this is a free transfer. This is a very expensive transfer. This will pay plenty money for him. Because when you look at the quality in the man, young as he is, he get principles, he get values, he able to stand for what he believe in. That, if not for anything, I am delighted and hopeful. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring me small brother, me comrade, a friend. This a man with me into long body. We don't hold on two opposite sides. Today we did at the same under the same umbrella. But even so, I will be very critical with them because I want to know all the juicy secrets, everything, but how he was and how he is now. Me family, I will present to una, Mr. Pearce.
Good evening, everybody. Where they listen to me. Good evening, comrades. Fambulem. I'm glad for the for the very first time. And I God do I'm special where I know been Kanaya. For like I get a history of the NGC Naya. I Kanaya as a new person. I Kanaya for the very first time as a comrade of the All People's Congress. And also as a member of the Publicity and Communications Committee of the APC party. So I gladly for dinner and be rest assured that we tell the pool me mots and nothing but the truth. So I ready for this interview and I was looking forward to it. The very first time I get the invitation and my brother PK, a big brother, I think something will come up way beyond foreseen. So we get for postpone the interview. So when he sent the invitation back to me again, I say yes, I go accept. Then everything can happen. I forget because we in a party office today. We will receive Sumano Kapen chief, and we also get good news from Francis Magai, presidential candidate for the PMDC. We can talk to we about the alliance where political parties then don't come together for support Dr. Samoa Kamara. So that kind of good news day, I've almost forget to get interview. So when I get the call back from Big Brother Pikin, I say, oh, they are gonna be me, let do this interview inside my motorcar. Because if I say they're gonna host, I go delay. And I know I'm a big brother Imran any pariba, no only pull no parable for me. All right, sir.
My brother, I think he make thing
Okay.
be. That's what we people then say. But usually they say, now again they make goats and sheep meets at the same veranda. As we did at the same veranda now, I want to know which kind rain really bring you come in this veranda as we did so.
Well, now this rain, I think say it get tornado Panam. The rain also it get how they call it get hurricane Panam. So it's really heavy. It blow with heavy breeze, it scatter host them, it bring building and kandong, it fly motorcar and come out. So, but now so God be one time. You understand me? Many people where I been talk to over the years, maybe they reach out to me, say, Arthur, you need to come to the APC, you need to join the APC. The APC is a better platform, all that kind of thing. I've been listening to them, but not be the why? Because I've been believe say me na man we not dey betray, me na man we consistent, me na man if the host not broke, why I need for fix them. So I've been still steadfast and courageous. Say yes, as long as we the partner with the APC in terms of working together through COP, the consortium of progressive political parties, one way or the other, we are all fighting for the progress of the country. So I not be mind for continue for work with the NGC and work with the APC, UP, C4C, because I was particular about the country and not myself, you know. So when the rain come, the heavy rain come, it scatter building them, it scatter houses them, it bring a lot of confusion, one katakata take place, and then the place begin leak kusa day. So we place begin leak, I find out say the place they flood. If I did it, I go die. So I decide say, well, I begin look for another opportunity, and then I want my neighbor open the mouth for me. He say, come. He said, we need you, can't take shelter now. So idiomatically expressed, like how you asked me the question, literally, that's how I don't answer, sir.
Well, they say one man lost, now other man benefit. Because they
I
can
tell you,
say we dey give the benefit of the doubt. But in this case, let them take the doubt, we keep the benefit.
thank you, sir.
Me brother,
Yes, sir.
you na man where, if you remember, years back, where you join NGC, your eyes and the glow. I dey see the rainbow right round your neck, right round your head, from the soles of your feet to the crown of your head. NGC all the way. Not would I have ever thought you go left NGC because you know, man, I know they say this because you there. Now, them people where you say A, you mean A, where you say B, you mean B. You were NGC to the core. Do you tell we? Waiting now the last straw. You make this decision for join APC. And not say you know one of the people that will be very instrumental on the COP. Where in a be the talk APC, SLPP, and all other APC and all the other 13 group them we come together, we merge for talk this talk here. You know, one person will be very committed. But even so, you know they play with your NGC. For make you take this decision, I not say no light. I want you tell we waiting really prompt this.
Okay. Family would listen to me, not true. But I will start off by saying never say never. I land on the 5th of May when I do my declaration at the APC party office. Never say never. You know, I joined KKY movement. I be Kolip and Kande Yomkela. I dey Kolip and ideologies the way we want for Salon, where we dey preach to Salon people in 2013. So I begin to follow the movement till 2017. Now I resigned from the APC because myself not been APC, but I not been there as a politician. I've been there like a supporter number. We go vote for Anes Kuma or go vote for the party. And inside my community, yes, I go help small, but I was not interested in the mainstream politics. But outside today for talk, now Dr. Kande Yomkela actually motivates me and gets me interested in Sierra Leone politics because it make an appeal to young people, like we say, narrative. It say income for change the political narrative in Sierra Leone. It say in not come say Paupa na for be president, but he go try for make sure say he stand that election day in 2017. He say because if he not be president in 2017, now the wrong people then go be president. He say but the main reason for coming to politics now for make sure say he can train we young people them for let we go take back our country and make it a better place for we all. So I was motivated, I was persuaded, and then I resigned and then I joined the NGC. I joined the NGC with my heart, my soul, my body, and I contested the 2018 election as a parliamentary aspirant for the NGC. I now win the election. I get the highest vote for the NGC in Western area in two wards. I get over 3,194 votes. So I became more motivated, and I think I say, boy, I think I say 3,000 people and get confidence and then vote for me. I think I need for make sure say I represent them well, even though I don't win the election. But I think say I for make sure say I represent them well, even out of parliament. So I begin for volunteer as a full-time staff at the NGC party office until I become the acting regional chairman for Western area, and then I win the elections, a public delegates conference, etc., etc. Well, after the delegates conference, what think happened? Shockingly, we can see with presidential hopeful for the NGC by then in a private meeting at Tinhu with the president, him and his family, unknowingly to us as members of NGC and also unknowingly to the chairman and leader of the party, Dr. Dennis Bright, and unknowingly to any other executive at the party, we don't know. So it was a very shocking and visit because normally as a presidential hopeful, if they make such a move, at least you're not freeborn, yes, you're not big man, you're not statesman, but inform the party people and say, so president invites me for let I go visit him New Year's Day. Imagine just after the delegate conference. So at least let the party know, and me will be the part of the communications committee, basically running the communication of the party. We put the narrative out to the public. Say we presidential candidates or hopeful, they will meet with the president, blah blah blah. And thing. That is our role. So communicate that visit to the public on behalf of the side of the party. But we just can't see this news on social media where we President Brigadier Julius Madabio post and say they team brother and a team, and they talk about how for work together and for brother KKY for come back home. So we were all shocked and said, "Hey, what really happened?" And then I received the call from Dr. Dennis Bright saying, "Have you seen the tweets on Twitter and Facebook?" I said, "Yes, sir." I said, "But he said, "No, no." I said, "Hey, myself, no." You should nobody not be aware. It was a very, very surprise visit for we all, where Dr. Mkela be make at that moment. So then it bring a lot of suspicion in my mind. But I needed to understand clearly what would be the reason for that. And I always have confidence and respect for him. But what me pain me because there was this rumor on the worker for over 2 years that Dr. Mkela is going back to the SLPP, or he's in an alliance with President Bio, or he's not going to contest the election. Because we don't even see a video jokingly where Her Excellency Fatima Bio they talk say Dr. Mkela not going for stand against President Bio. We don't we're not being clear, and we want to give you clarity with the acts and questions. Talk to we, explain to we, let we understand, because the party they lost public trust and admiration. A lot of doubts don't go to the public in heart. The party is losing ground. We're losing membership. Talk to we, come out clear, but he refused. So that may be the bother me. It really the bother me. It bother me a lot because how we lead and how they communicate to we clearly. And if you want to talk to we, you can talk to we in parables. He's never coming clear for that we understand exactly what really happened. So after that visit saying that thing, what think can happen? I was really frustrated over the visit because as a politician and a regional chairperson, I see my party while being the NGC, they drop drastically in the eyes of the public.
But I cut you
People are saying, well, it's a no more NGC. We're losing membership.
I not cut you word. But again, somebody go talk say, people let me warn you, then tell you say, this man a Aramu politician, na ranka politician, na wayo politician. Open you eye. People then tell you that. Not to one person, not to two person, even me. I tell you say, this man, there is something about him. Waiting they outside the book, not in the inside. Something is not right. So what do you learn from this? Because this is not about, because you see, politics na journey. Where they go, you they meet different passenger them as you go along. And every passenger where you meet up, you will learn. So with all this, you see this fantastic book. You get so interested, you buy them. But we can't read that now. Nice tragedy. Now you yai all full up with water. But not all bad, because the kind of experiences they need for let you yai open. So what thing you go say, because people then talk to you. Even me, self here, talk to you. I say this man a wayo man. No believe him. I say this man a ranker man. This man a Aramu politician. Where you look at all of this, how you go make we understand you go deal with this and how you don't learn from this for the future.
Okay, first of all, that's true what you talk. Say many people then talk to me. Many people then try for convince me. Many people then try for make I not believe. But today, I go apologize to all them people and they wanna forgive me. it's not like I not want for open me, yes. But you know, after 2018, I've been get a private meeting with Dr. Kande Yomkela, now in office. Me, my mama will born me because when I decide, you know, Creole for left picking up on politics, not easy. They're afraid. We people and people are afraid too much. Not put up on politics. So when I was fully motivated, my family gave me the background. The blessing and the support. Say, okay, we debut you. So what thing can happen? My mama be asked for like get a meeting with Dr. Kande Yomkela, with my mama herself, with me, and one my other uncle. We've been going to office to him after the 2018 election. He promised me, he made a very, very, big promise. It made a commitment statement to me and my family that yes, he not depend this for himself. He depend this for the people of Sierra Leone. He depend this for people like we, young people like we, for let it train let give you the education, let give you the experience, even if he as a candidate not. Hello?
Hello? You
Hello?
hearing me?
Yeah, you get me now?
Yeah, I hear you clear, yes.
Yeah, they get you. You get
Yeah, I hear
yes.
you, yes.
He promised me, say, Arthur, I let me not succeed for become president of this republic. Maybe una go succeed. This is a long term. It might not be 5 years. It might not be in 10 years, but at least 15 years. And you are young, you get age now you side. So be committed. Let we continue. This race, not a short, not a 100-meter race. So let the people of Sierra Leone forgive me for believing in Dr. Kande Yomkela. I needed to believe in him at that particular moment because I've been seeing sincerity. I've been seeing like he's committed to what he say. So inside me, heart of hearts, I accept the message where he give me, and I trusted him with everything, and I give me life to Ram for work with him. So I've been finding. Hello.
Hello? Did you get me?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm getting you. So I find them very difficult for belief. Say he's that man where go change, go move so quickly from the original picture, the ideology, the vision. Will get the country first agenda for letting transition overnight to a self-first agenda. I mean, I find them almost impossible for a man like him to behave in that manner. So when people talk to me about he's that, he's this, I not be the believe. I not be the believe. It's not like I was stupid, but I was just finding it difficult to believe.
So all of what they say and everything, it was not a public company, not be a PLC.
Yes, basically it's a private limited company because
Uh-huh.
maybe they expect an institution. If I remember, he keeps saying, I built institution. I built institution. So basically, I was looking at NGC as an institution where it could survive the test of time, not just after Dr. Kande Yomkela in era. Other people will come and go, and people will come and go, and people will come and go. So I was looking for the long term. So basically, what am I trying to let you all know? When I realized that this institution, when maybe feel say, now an institution when a public company turns out to be a sole proprietorship company, and then I decided for resign, and I left automatically because the values then when me be joined the party for at that particular time, and what I been stand for, waiting me and him be the get private meetings them for, waiting we talk on, waiting we plan, everything don't change. So automatically I know say NGC was not a place for me anymore because my values are not in sync with the values. And when I try for reach out to Ram for let I get a one-on-one conversation with them, there was this opportunity not been there. I only receive a text from and say, if you know the follow me on my path, let me get an amicable separation. That was the only message I get from Dr. Kande Yomkela. So I know very well that he is not ready to speak with me because he know very well that I know exactly who will be the plan for go. And then because I am that smart enough to understand exactly that things don't change. So it not been one for even talk to me. So all what he do now for send me a message say, Paddy man, if you dey follow me, follow me. If you didn't follow me, let's scatter amicably. So when I received that message, I know that was the end. So basically for me,
Well,
then I quit.
well, it's a good thing because you don't show to the world, say to person where you person the groom for let you be pick and run politician. You're not a freeborn. You get values, you get principles, and they negotiate them principles then they for Koko Enebe, which is something where me hold high respect for you for. Because you see respect, not so small one, no more they respect big one. Big one self, they respect small one by how he conduct himself. And so far, you don't show a very, very high standard for other young people and say politics not a place for pick and run. Politics na place where you get for groom yourself in a way for let you go sit at the dinner table. And as soon as you know say he want teach you for watch pot, you say no, this is not me. But for me, at this point, I want to put on to you. Say the beauty of all of this, as you rightly put on. You don't know now, say no to all that glitters is gold. So in the transition, how you could use that system of finding out, say, not all that glitters is gold, how you go able to use that in the transition into APC. Because now you don't let Fianda, you dey here. And I know say it was not a quick decision. Because when it happened, you remember, I called you. I spoke with you lengthily. And even me, if I tell you, say, I say, take your time. Think. You know, Mago, that I go give you that. You took your time. You take your couche pin. You draw your thread. You begin to couche. You couche before we think you don't say nothing. It take a while. So now you there now. So in this transition, where you don't know, say, not all that glitters is gold, how you go use that, usa you there, and how you make the decision, say, now the place to be, because you took a while for make the decision.
Yes, and we all remember when after we are resigned, I take over 60 days. I know they say one word to nobody. I refuse for take interviews on social media, even radio and televisions locally, because I was thinking, I was reflecting, looking back to all USA don't come out 10 years of believing in a vision, and then look how we end up. Me life I be don't come up from this, a private sector possible where young man start up in business, gets me office. I pass where I end up get for rent time and turn a full-time politician now in a party office. I've been just married. So it was a very difficult what should I say, situation for me at that particular time, where I actually get a shock, but that's where I get to myself or understand that the NGC don't collapse. It's a colossal damage. We don't come, and the molten magma don't erupt, and everything don't fall apart. So I don't go hide by Una, I don't go hide by you, the family who listen to me. I spent 2 days home. I was crying to myself. I really, really cry. I don't go shame for talking. And but me wife talk to me, encourage me, my mama, family, friends come around, especially friends that will be the one me, buy me drinks, say, go out, free up your mind. And then I talk to a lot of people, and then I meet with my constituency executive. In fact, my constituency resigned immediately the same day where I resigned. The day where I resigned, I was planning to run for parliamentary elections again in the same constituency, and I was almost in the position for make a very good impact So the people they mobilize themselves, then come back to me and say, Mr. Pearce, we know we don't meet with you, but we not get for allow you for give up. You get for continue. And so now you be the care we go Usai you want. Now we want you for go Usai we want you. So the people of Freetown, Western area to be specific, Central District, elders them reach out to me, I talk to them, and then I listen to them. I take another 1 month for process myself because it's going to be a new path for me. Talk to Boku big man them, and then I decide for joining the AP. But the reason why I actually able to work with the APC more, first of all, I get history working with people at the APC when I've been there with COP for over 2 years because I was a representative of NGC na COP. And I work with Ambassador Yansanet, Yaya Tunis, Pope, Samoa Kamara, Ivona Kisoya, a good number of them. I worked with them at committees. I worked with them who would challenge government on the census, we challenge government on the cyber, we challenge government on the depoliticization of the Local Government Act, and so many issues. We challenge government on issues that will be inimical to Sierra Leoneans or the public. So I don't get to work in a relationship. So and when working with those people, I already know so they mean well for Salone. I realized that Dr. Samoa Kamara mean well, Honorable Chairman of Ramadan Majuba means well for Sierra Leone. So I was saying, okay, now within a COP, media NGC, then the APC, but we all think about Sierra Leone. We're working towards having a national agenda. And COP basically, we were trying to establish a government of national unity. Usai peace go there, tribalism not go there.
And one way sync with the principle of country first.
Yeah, sync with the principle of country first. And I have been doing this research for almost 5 years about the bread and butter issues. Because after the 2018 election, I put my head down to studying how the cost of living they go up, how the human capital development, how much a man is strained, how the livelihood of our people they deteriorate. So I've been studying the percentage increase for over 5 years. I've been to do the research every 3 months, and they put out the publication to the public through the NGC party. Dr. Bright, they write the literature, why we don't do the research. So I actually understand how the ordinary man they suffer. Then I see him with me eye, I know I'm with the data waiting before me aid. So it was a no-no for me for turn down on the people of Sierra Leone just because I want to satisfy my own personal self or my boss man or the man who inspire me into politics and turn me back against the people of Sierra Leone. It was a no-no for me. So it was easy for me for just sync with the APC people. One, the community people who say they then say, well, now they don't disappoint you, Mr. Pearce. Come to the party where we want you. That's one. Secondly, I get history working with the APC people, with Madam Femi Kodiosko na UP, Tamba Sandy and C4C, Mr. Tony Songa, then a PMDC, Wadi Williams, then a NPD. So I've developed a very good working relationship with all of these people. So, and we were all thinking about working together for making sure the Sierra Leone population benefit this time around. So it was a no-no for me for turning back against them. And it did against my values, it did against my principles, that I camp on politics for. So it not been difficult for me, So
you know camp and pick and go on politics.
Yeah,
you're not free born. I table you to eat.
Yeah, so I make up my mind and then
I go one for ask. Because I don't know how una structures and in a NGC. As a party, me no for say Kande Yumkela na be MP, he represents Kichom. I know for say Dennis Bright na the chairman for the party. As a party, when things like coalition or alliances are discussed, waiting na the formula usually. Now the MP then they go talk on behalf of the party, or now the secretariat, that is the chairman, the secretary general, and then kind of thing, and then they go have that conversation. So how this year happen? Because people in the worry say it's not clear. Because this is where we're at. If you can make it clear, because people and they ask this question. They say, how can they go have the conversation without the party? I mean, the party get the owners in the representative in the parliament. But anything we get for do with the party, it well-being. Now the party, a chairperson plus other executive members them should have. But I don't know when I use structure. So educate we, make we know.
Basically, the structure being very clear. The chairman and leader is the head of the party. Naim and the national executives, now they're responsible for talk about any coalition or alliance. That they get a right and function. But the party constitution then why been the NDC be make provisions. So you first of all get for seek mandate from the delegate conference for let you party even talk they self or start that kind of conversation they for talk about alliance or a coalition. So what think can happen? Pan the delegate conference we just
So
happen.
you go talk say this alliance is null and void because you don't follow
No, let me explain. Let me
Okay.
explain. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So during the delegate conference, the party be there in the position as an alternative for going to an alliance if the need arise.
Mm-hmm.
So for later in the day, as a backup plan, just in case we get for going to an alliance, we will put up the motion at the delegates conference, and 95% of the delegates during that particular term, they been vote in favor, say yes, if there is a need for going to an alliance, let the party start the negotiation for an alliance. So the party give we na NEC the mandates, because me na NEC member, and the chairman of NEC na Dr. Dennis Bright, the chairman of the NEC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so when the party give you that power day for talk to any party for a coalition, now be a secondary option, like if think camp and camp, push camp and shove. Not to be in the primary option, say pow go straight to alliance.
Mm-hmm.
If the alliance not meets the values of the party, if the people want for align with not they share the same values.
As Kiroman can say, this na something we na Eniola.
Yes,
Na
Eniola
Tico na keep biendo.
Yes, the Tico keep biendo exactly. That was the rationale. That was the rationale behind the alliance from that delegates conference.
Mm-hmm.
So we would expect that we will go through flag bearer convention. But what will happen? The party constitution NGC will make provision for a separate delegates conference for the flag bearer convention.
Mm-hmm.
So we will feel for been do all together, but we will be scared let PPRC not can give you wahala, especially so when we see how PPRC be behave with the other party them. So we been feel say, okay, don't follow it in the constitution say. Immediately after we done the delegates conference, we then move now to the flag bearer convention, where the one that we have for flag bearer go come out, begin campaign, and then we go through primaries, because the provision of the constitution say you have to go through primaries. What we can realize, there was this very strong reluctancy from the leadership for support Dr. Dennis Bright, and us now the NGC National Executive for we establish the flag bearer, delegates flag bearer convention. We can begin feel the resistance. In fact, people as you want to talk about flag bearer self, people will be in alignment now with this SLPP, going back to SLPP strategically. Then they're ready for to challenge you, send talks them for attack you, and can disrupt the entire meetings. We should not talk about flag bearer. So
that means that we don't get some kind of foreknowledge of something we don't know about.
The truth is, Dr. Yom Keller don't get in long-term plan, we will not be no bots. He don't get in young people who will execute this plan behind the scenes. So we been get with party office, they run the party genuinely, and then other people were running behind another party office in another way, in another office where we don't know.
So it's like when I get a cow, but
they
somebody else hold the rope.
Yeah, they hold the rope. Yeah. So anything we want to do with regards to setting up this flag bearer convention, they stall. It is right. It is stall. So we begin yari boku rumor now after that team visits, and the thing can become very clear now that Dr. Mkela does not look to be not seem to be interested in the presidential candidate of the party. So with the party demand say Dr. Mkela for talk to we know what's in the happen. And then we get the all famous January 28th next meeting na Family Kingdom. So inside the Family Kingdom, we will go there now for go get the dates, or go do the flag bearer competition, and also for understand what's in the happen with Dr. Kande Yomkela with this in recent developments with Julius Malabio, we don't come na public because we don't begin knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So we go that meeting there, Dr. Yomkela address we. I believe say Boko of Nigeria Ojode because you didn't be leaked.
Yeah. It was
only right now we face is say in they in talks with the president in open and in private, and they apologize to nobody for that.
mm-hmm.
Owe nobody explanation.
Then kick now on teeth, na kick now on face.
Yes, it tell we plain now we face say as far as in concern, na in President Bio wants in Kande Yomkela, na in President Bio wants. So because President Bio na in wants, na in tell President Bio say, well, let her talk to me party. You understand me, sir? So I tell we that. So now we say, well, we want to forget a date for the flag bearer race. We still go do this flag bearer competition because for we, the flag bearer will be the primary, and then the secondary option now like probably we go run off for birth Sunday, we not make come for win the presidency. We were looking for an alternative just in case any other plan. So what thing can happen? We can realize say discussions about that they cause confusion inside the next meeting. And then everybody now we basically they in support of this alliance with Dr. Kande Yomkela. Then begin to throw support, say now alliance one. So alliance automatically can become the only option for the NGC party at that particular time. The
so that
interest.
they wanna know now say something like the man on Jamawas.
Yes, and that's now we can know. So we can realize say the only option we are just to get the alliance and alliance. Then we say, okay, let we hear from this alliance from Dr. Kande Yomkela. Since he say, now in the president wants, let we hear about waiting at this thing, waiting there for the party, for this alliance. Let we hear what he get for say. So now he say, we forgo into an alliance with SLPP, but now in for lead the negotiation, now in for go talk for the party, now in for go negotiate for the party. Now some people say no, myself now one person will say no. Now the chairman and leader Dr. Dennis Bright.
Mm-hmm.
Now for negotiation for any alliance, now the leader of the party. If somebody want for can talk with party, now if we go talk, can tell.
It's like what we get we culture na salon, woman not the lead married, woman not the old calbas. Then the pass the calbas to
this
the
person say, what you wanna say? Hello?
Yes. So what's happen at that stage there?
So people will be already in at the meeting where we don't get this idea, where we not be sabi. Straight away, what think can happen? Then they say, no, we not trust Dr. Dennis Bright for go negotiate for the party. We not trust her at all. We not want her for the day. In fact, they were pointing fingers right at Dr. Bright's face. We will not want you. We will not want you. They will not want you. We don't want you for go negotiate for. We will not trust you. We will not trust you. So, basically, they embarrassed Dr. Dennis Bright to some extent and threw her under the bus. It was a very bitter experience for a man like Dr. Dennis Bright for go through that day for a party we don't sacrifice for as a volunteer for over how many 5 years.
Decent man.
So forcefully, the party being given to Dr. Kande Yomkela the sole talk to until you say now you President be want for talk to go negotiate, come back now, can tell the party what is the outcome of the negotiation, how President Bio want this alliance for look like. So 2 days after that, when the party, the people say, and they allow Dr. Bright, Dr. Kande Yomkela for go, And I for pick your own people the way he wants for go into the alliance negotiation with. They don't need Dr. Dennis Bright for good day. The 1st of February, now we resign because we don't see all thing now, the team we don't clear to we. So me resign,
But
Dennis Bright
on that
resign,
day where una be go on that meeting, I mean, Insef talk say they left the party. He don't left the party. Because now that a lot of people they talk but say they can the Yom Kela say he don't left the party.
Hello, now mind
Yes.
game he play them on that day. He said, in fact, Seth, I will resign. In fact, Seth, I will resign. You know, say they can't resign or I don't resign. He said, in fact, Seth, I will resign. But what he wanted to do was to persuade people to be, empathetic with him. Hey, can they not go? Like, okay, idea. Not go, not is in him. People end up worshiping him. People not be even they prioritize the party. You know what they elect, you know what they want for Yerito. So even when they do things the way they kill the party, people not even be seen, people not be even the see. The first sight not be even for day, not be even day. So basically on that day, then give the power for go negotiate on behalf of the party. And from waiting me here,
but
from
most of the people them way be the back that way they now be remnants of SLPP that will be kind of NGC. We want for go back as like INSEF. Because you know for say INSEF within a SLPP, and they come out NGC. So people that make for understand say most of the people that will be the support and through that journey there. Now then very people and they wanna be surrogate SLPP them. People them way be one go back.
Yeah. That was very clear. That was very clear. The one that we've been transition from SLPP KNG, so then be deep on the plan. 90% of them be deep on the plan. So now them basically
Usai Madam Yamakoro Kamisai that group day. Was she one of them?
No, Yamakoro na a very powerful woman. We mean so well. We joined the NGC party and automatically it contributes a lot. It stands for be deputy secretary general, win at the convention. So he was part of the party. You know, people that we mean well for the party. You know, being the part of that plan for
she's
go back.
Well spoken, well spoken, yeah. Very intelligent woman.
Yeah, so you know, be mixed on that.
Okay. So now would Yeri say una party then be form just no more for make coalition. But me believe say National Grand Coalition una na be coalition already by
so a
itself.
big lie. The truth is, you know, now try for explain things differently. The National Grand Coalition, the coalition for that party day, that name day, now being a coalition of progressives, people from
already. That's what I thought.
So basically, NGC was a mix of 3 different fractions. People like we were being the support APC, we can't join NGC because of the ideology. People like Alan Luke, where we know one day they pan political party in their life.
Because of decent gentleman, very decent guy.
And people then we come on SLPP, we say they're not being glad with how SLPP don't turn a violence party. So now 3 different fractions of people established we make the end. 9 are the coalition.
That's what I thought, and that's what a lot of people thought. Saying be a coalition already.
But put together great minds of people who means well for the country. We want this country for go before. That was exactly what the coalition is in that party's name for. Now I see people they change them just for let it suit a particular individual. But basically, they themselves know very well that not that the exact meaning. That coalition then are for great minds.
I'm glad the way you use the word progressive. So, progressive na people them we want change, we they facilitate change, we they implement change. It's all about making something better. If not that not the ethos of the party, then people are baffled and confused. The party where they abuse the people them. The party will stand for all what's wrong in Sierra Leone right now, the SLPP. It's not that everybody in SLPP bad. Because me believe very strongly, say, In whatever group, there are good people, there are bad people. But it just happened to say this particular SLPP government, not just some people that will come out from God knows which planet, we come with serious aramu, wayo, and ranka thing for damage with country. Na them sidom, nada kukunde, nada grouply. How on this earth a party we say na a progressive party for go twin? I don't know the logic. I don't see the logic. You are FB, make people understand. If not, that make you resign. Because I don't see anything in common. I don't see that thing.
Honestly speaking, that was the main reason why I resigned, because alignment means say we share the same values.
Yeah, when they converge.
Yes, alignment means say what you stand for now stand for. So now we don't come together for let us do something better off. So when the NGC was forced to align with SLPP, I realized basically me not stand for all the bad things that will happen. I not, in fact, I'm not going to go back and go praise this government with all waiting the revelation that we don't unearth, the things that we don't see to the public, the things that the research that we don't do, the publication that we don't make, the interviews that we don't take. I'm not able to go back. I'm not able to imagine myself. They talk back, they praise this government for all the things the way I don't do, where I know say I do them genuinely and sincerely. And then in there, as you done a meeting there with NGC big man, and they tell me thank you very much. Like at the very first publication where I do on the hardship, the cost of living, it was published in an international magazine. It was Dr. Kande Yomkela who invited me in my office. He shook me and he said, thank you very much. You're doing a good job. I don't think that for the do. You know, there was a time where he sit on top. When I remember, when I go back to the videos, when you win that case, the two sim case na court, when them tell us say into sim case done. If I remember, it's not pantap the motor car na the NGC office. It tell the people them almost for Pepe, almost for your bus, almost for Pamine, because it been there in sync with what you would do. It been there in sync in standing by the people. Dr. Mkela was in sync with the people of Silence. It been really empathetic with the poverty where they go to in our country. How it changed, I don't know. Waiting bring the change, I cannot see, I cannot tell.
I hear they talk about peace. I not cut you word. I hear they talk about peace, plenty. He say join SLPP because he want peace. Do you tell me by in your own few words? Who than they make plaba na Sierra Leone? Because when you say peace, na plaba day. So who than they make this peace here with? Because in the talk say, unu join because of peace. So who than them they make this plaba? Make we know.
Honestly, I'm not able to buy that argument today about peace. Say one for heal the nation. I'm able to buy them. Why I'm able to buy them? Anybody where they plan good, no, they keep secrets. If they plan something good, you know, go hide and pan we. Okay, forget about me. Like we say we're not picking there. Who say big man they talk picking of the day? Okay, we accept that. We not get sense. But why you they hide your good plan what you get for the country? Pan posting like Dr. Dennis Bright. Why you hide and pan chairman and leader? If you really mean well for the country, you really want for unify the country, you want for make this country get peace. Why you hide and pan we? Why you hide the plan by the NGC people them? Why you hide the peace plan?
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Why
because if SLPP really truly want to make peace.
Well, if you really mean well, you get good intention for peace. You know, they hide up on people that we don't deal with you for how many years, they support you, they work with you, they spend money by you. You don't go hide up on the diaspora, they fund the party every 3 months, you hide up on them. So
all right.
Basically, if you hide up on the people that we don't stand with you, it's as if you not trust we or the intention what you get, you not believe say we go accept them. So why you hide up on we? Why you force the party for go to an alliance? The party people they only know about the alliance on the day when they sign the alliance agreement. even where he's supposed to go negotiate and come back explain to the party people them the outcome of the negotiation, he refused. So for me, I know they buy the argument there. No, I'm not disrespecting him. I
No,
still have
I kind of support your thoughts on this, because
I know they buy
really and truly, if SLPP really want to make peace,
yeah,
the first people where they for talk to, now the biggest opposition where now almost half carry almost half of the population. You left for negotiate with APC, you go negotiate with NGC 102, even 3% of the population. So that bring a big question mark about this peace. And if Kande now posting ways to be mathematics, now posting way truthful to insert any conscience, instead of going to say that something are just a cliche.
Okay, Fambulem, Fambulem Imran, if you can forgive me, and Arthur. Just for remind Fambulem, we are watching the TNN, Then and Now TV Media Empire program. It's a very special program, and we get Mr. Arthur Pearce, a man who just left the NGC and come to the APC, and we see all waiting to happen prior to the June 24 elections. We get about over 100 people watching live. Normally we can expect far more than that, but we do appreciate the numbers. But if we can use the opportunity for multiply these numbers, and we also need for let Arthur go, because we are obviously taking time off coming from meeting or work, and so he obliged for take the interview despite the inconvenience. So we go get for cut the interview up at some point, and I mean just want for let Imran know. And before I pass them on to Imran again, I mean just want to ask a question of two of Arthur. And these questions are Arthur A. From all which you don't say, I mean I listen to you keenly in the background. I want to let you slide a little bit, because it seems like when Dr. Kande sell in agenda, you know, one of the people that we buy into that hook, line, and sinker, they can see. And now you've been get for take a decision at a critical time at the 11th hour, probably not the time the scale drop off your eyes. But one of the questions I want to ask, prior to the now where you take the decision, were there no telltale signs that this man whom you guys believed in so much, that things were not going down well, or una been a CM but decide for, carry on, and hopefully maybe there will have been a change where una been expect?
Yeah, there are so many times where doubts can come with some things, especially so when the rumor they go on strongly that the country that is going to the SLPP is going to the SLPP. We would expect them for come out clearly, especially from that time we say our whole world to President Bio, for come out clearly and openly say, no, because that particular rumor they kill the party in progress, they stall the growth. So I one person will be really being wanted for come out clearly, but he keeps saying, no worry, wait after we delegate conference, I don't want to let, anything happen now. So what am I trying to say? He played us he's a very smart man, and I'll give that to him. He played us very, very well. He played us to a point wherein and a month left to the election, and the party could hardly do anything, and just for accept what he wants. So he was very tactical with the timelines when he bust out with the actual information, when he say I know they stand again. It do strategically, and that word where he says strategic alliance, everything he does is strategic. It do strategically at a time wherein we as a party member that we not able to do nothing pass us. And that kind of thing where it choke camper, we say we don't get option, pass we take them, and then we move with them. So
okay. Arthur, like I say, this not Imran show. I've been just one buzzing and ask few prodding and jabbing questions quickly. And another thing will be, will you agree that Dr. Kande has a right, for defect, if you want to use the word defect, or move to another party? He get a right for do so, right?
I agree to that.
So waiting you take umbrage to, waiting upset because you seem, you're sort of upset.
Yes, my own problem where I get the fact that it forced the party, it killed public trust for the party, it destroyed the opportunity of a third force, and also it killed the opportunity for any other Sierra Leonean way go come to this country, say one for can establish a third force or another party for them
Okay,
people.
Arthur. Okay, Arthur. Do you think a third force was viable? I mean, up to this point where we were, do you actually think, say, a third force was viable?
As I'm speaking to you now, I've lost trust in third completely.
Yeah, but prior to the now, Arthur, did you think? I mean, all waiting happened to the point where you lost this trust. Did you think a third force was viable?
Yes, I believe say third force was viable. That was why I joined the NGC in the first place. I believe that people for good government accounting, people that there's the need for an ideological way of doing politics differently, doing politics for the good of the people, doing the people and want. I think yes, there was this need, there was this space. I believe that a lot of people they were basically they abstained from voting, even up till now. I'm appealing to a lot of people. We not get confidence in the election, confidence in waiting to happen. We are appealing to a lot of people. So yes, I mean, believe say yes that there was a need for third force, and not just for win an election, but for for keep the balance, for let
Okay.
opposition.
Okay, Arthur. Going back again to the genesis. I really need for hand this over to Imran and let Imran kill the show off. But just going back to the genesis, Dr. Kandemi make him plan clear. Of course, when he come na the platform, words then way he say, sentences the way he make, political jargons and etc. that in not come for can be flag bearer, implying in your understanding and stand to be corrected that now president it be one for can be. It not happen with the party way for them pivot time into that position there. So therefore, it ended up, forming the NGC. So Una no been see the reason behind the NGC then? Was it just blind faith? Not mean for be disrespectful, but was it just blind faith? Because there was an agenda by Dr. Kande, just like you say, every move of his was strategic. It was well planned, calculated, well thought.
When you talk about this thing, like I said to you, after my resignation, I do a lot of thinking, and I watch a lot of videos, interviews. For me, for puts me in mind actually to waiting really happen. Yes, I agree with you that. In fact, one of the interviews I watched where helped for shape my thoughts properly. In that interview in 2021, he confessed that his decision to run for president was emotional. It was not a rational decision. So that meaning, not being prepared for the long term. It was driven by emotions. There are things that we move him for let you run for president. But then I watched in resignation a video in 2015 in Bloomberg, and I can go back and check. In that video, he said, if I don't do it, the wrong people will. If I don't go back to my country, 6 million people, we are the poorest of the poorest. So what am I trying to say? In statements, them and in doings, there are two different things. But in statement, say, in feel saying I'm not the only person who go for Duam. If he not Duam, are the wrong people then go Duam. And that was actually what persuaded some of us. And then after the way it came at the SLPP, I think the Julius Maada BU people affect them very hard and not able to succeed on the flag bearer race. And then the NGC was born. And he contested the election. And when he contested the election, he been still believe that the wind of change is blowing, and he been still believe say he go win the election. So when you
okay, Arthur, that takes me to my two last questions. One on the basis where you just talk, just say he been still believe say he go win. The wind of change was blowing. Knowing what you know now, do you still believe that what Dr. Kande been say then was sincere? In other words, do you really believe the NGC was that third force that was going to displace this duopoly where we get the SLPP and the APC? Do you think Dr. Kande was going to be that vehicle where, for being turned president away from either the SLPP or APC?
If I want to be honest with you, I will tell you I'm in very serious doubt. When I reminisce, what they say, I remember me conversation there with them as I speak to you now. At that particular moment, I be the select they speak from my heart.
Okay.
And
I will stop you there. I know say you get a lot for say, like I said, this interview is not mine. It was more psychological, and you buy into it hook, line, and sinker. And at the beginning, Imran asked you a few questions which were very good, in which you admitted that you were young, you were naive, and now you've grown up, you've matured, and you've got time to reflect. So you are seeing some of these things. Finally, my question to you, do you think Dr. Kande is a sincere man?
Well, now I would say he's not a sincere man. Right now, I would say he's not a sincere man. I would say that without any fear, without any doubt, because I know the things the way they do now, they say now, basically, it's not the person I knew him to be. So definitely, I would say no.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this is now the TNN TV Media Empire today, now the 22nd of May, 2023. Elections looming large. There's an interview being conducted on this platform, and Mr. Imran Toure is the host, and he's hosting Arthur Pearce, who left the NGC for a new journey or renewed journey at the APC. And right after the break, Imran is all yours.
Mr. Pearce.
Yes, sir.
After me co-host talk to you, it just just grab this notion where we people like can say apple not for don't far from the tree. You see certain traits then they with some people and gets I make people like can say look the background, look the person in the background. The man in question, I am not surprised, because he daddy do the same thing to his uncle women. Imi the work na teko. His uncle, when I be the paramount chief, get glaucoma. He lost his eyesight. So he called his nephew for like can be the regent chief. He not call him for like can be chief because he not qualified for be chief. Because now the north person in mama side not they qualify him for be chief. Now the chieftaincy house, because the mommy we na kande yom kela I papa I mama na him be connected to the paramount chief. I papa be named Ahmed Fode Suma. I mama na mami Kanke. That mami de not qualified for be chief. And in man self not qualified for be chief. Kande na just an uncle to the chief who send and go school. So even the name way they use Yom Kela is a concocted name. It can be regent chief. He manipulates and chief the chieftaincy. Now the same thing he do now. So sincerity not the na a blood. But where he don't do this, he don't play NGC this way. Now you then a new dispensation. I'm very happy for you. Now I can see you're wiser. Because I'm not saying you just come and walk. My colleague don't make it clear. This just some prompts me say I invite you for a part 2 because it's deeper. So we go continue because people need for no more. Because as I talk here, I don't get messages from people when they say they want to know everything. So this definitely call for part 2.
20 more minutes. Let's see what we can
before
do with that.
You go, how do you see with chances now the APC?
Well, in the struggles of APC, victory day for everybody. I believe Sierra Leoneans do not get any option, any alternative now, pass for votes for the APC party. That is one.
Why?
Secondly,
give them reasons.
I also believe that we don't get enough. We don't get enough from His Excellency and his team. from the SLPP. We don't
I
get
cannot
enough.
understand Sierra Leonean. How you go call somebody His Excellency? The man not excellent in his job. He has failed, but you're still calling him excellent. How you go able for, you
We
know?
don't get enough from President Bio. I want to believe that President Bio don't do him best, but in best just not enough, Now all in strength you don't use so, but enable for adult people, enable for appreciate them, and the economy is bad, the human right violation, the politicization of institution, it's just crazy. It's just crazy. The country not the sweet, water not day, lights not day, fuel. It's crazy for the ordinary people. As I'll tell you, the ordinary man now, young people of my age, below my age, they're hopeless. Some of we are luck we get, It's just benevolent spirits. Young people now then depend on pickpocketing, fraud, or kush or drugs as a day-to-day way. Whereas girls, young ladies are living a promiscuous life. They depend on man and man to man for survival as a means of earning their food, for put food on the table, pay them bills. So I think it's an opportunity for Sierra Leonean to be liberated. I think it's a complete emancipation for Salon people for votes for Dr. Samuel Kamara. Why? First of all, I've worked with him for almost 2 years on the COP. I know he means well. I see a lot of sincerity in him. And I think he will put a good team together. A team that is definitely... Oh, network.
Yeah, Arthur, you
Hello?
still here on continue?
Yes. I think he will put a good team together. A team that will definitely be a team that will govern these people well. A team where go be empathetic, where go sorry for the ordinary salon man. When you look at the cost of basic electricity in our country, if you buy 100,000 leons electricity, you get 17. Oh God, you get 30 units. It's crazy. And for the way they do commercial meter, you get like 17 units. It's just not working for people. Waiting people to work and waiting people to spend on a day-to-day basis, it's just not any match. So people are forced to corrupt because of survival. Society on scatter, the center can no longer hold. Just keeping President Bio and the new direction team is a colossal damage in the salon. The damage is egregious. It's big to a point wherein the country goes scatter. Dollar now is 2,400,000 for $100, and they keep increasing every day. So what I could say to the people of Sierra Leone is, me at a Pearce, God know, I don't get bad for nobody in this country. I don't get bad for SLPP. I don't get bad for President Bio. But it's just true that they're not going to be able to run the country. They're not sabi. And if person not sabi, I don't think say I for worship him. I don't feel say
Man we don't know road. With people like you say, man we don't know road, not go show you road.
Yeah, if you don't know road, you're not going to show me road. It just not sabi. And because you not sabi, it spoil the country and it spoil the people in life and the well-being. And
something happened today. Something happened today. We not one day happen in our country. Then say ECSL they do a float. Then tell we say we not for common at streets for do we usual cultural style of campaign. But the very thing what they say not for do, now they don't breach. They call them float. But float mean the same thing. Yeah. What they say we not for do.
Yeah, float parade.
What do you take on that?
Well, basically, sometimes we self na the APC for use that same language. They say we do floats. For them we be able for pull people for float parade. We not use them. We not call them rally. So we go do it in the ECSL and do we self just float. But honestly, tell you about the inconsistency and insincerity of the institution. What I said earlier on, our institutions in this country, they don't capture them. Public trust for public institution is a no-no. It's a zero. People don't have trust in the institution. It seems as if the institution now are customized for work against the people of Sierra Leone. So people who in power, people where basically they dance, they say, he who pays the piper calls the tune.
Yeah.
If we continue for the allow we president them after president for continue for appoint the ECSL boss, definitely, if we continue for the allow the president for the appoint the PPRC chairman, Definitely, we'll continue for the allow with president for the appoint the head of police, the head of military. Definitely, he who calls the piper, he who pays the piper, sorry, calls the tune. So they will
Well,
definitely be loyal by
saying
default.
that, saying that, we member where they do the registration, the first way they make, say first time voter them birth certificates, they're not gonna take this, they're not gonna take that, they make it so difficult for them. After all, they make it difficult, then go broke balance pan that 10 million. They can give we substandard card them. Now they tell we for say, then card them they. So na black, so na white, so na fankadama, na ghost card them. You know they will see you safe. But then ghost card there. So what they say now about 10% spoil. 10% in politics. It looks small when you say percent. But 10%, if not 3 million people they register, that 10% then a whopping 300,000 people.
Yeah.
So can we afford for accept that? Because remember, 51% now you take for win. That's and the other person will also get 49%. When you look at the 1%, we make the other the win-win. A way less compared to the 10%. When at 300,000. Do you feel say APC for do play cook panda talk day? Or APC for just stand by with Secretary General with all vigor, with all with strength?
First of all, I believe say the APC stand by the Secretary General of the party, Lansana Doumbouya Esquire, because the Lansana Doumbouya Esquire basically not just gap he talk on behalf of the party, the APC party. Yes. So I want to believe he is speaking the minds and the hearts of the APC party. I've been present on that press conference day, and I exactly understand exactly the angle where Lansana Doumbouya they come up from, and I stand with the party on that particular decision. And I also don't want to believe that 10% of the people them cards then they were identity or they pan. I don't want to believe that. Because what I realize, now the previous voter register, now they use for print almost all of the almost all the cards them. All the one that will be registered before 2018 election. Now the same picture we been take and the registration before 2018 election, now they use back panen card there. Me card what I get, I can pull and now say for show you. Now me younger face 9 day before the 2018 election. So what am I trying to say? All of the 2 million or 3 million people that will be registered for 2018 election, all the card then they will then print basically get the same looks. Where the identity is questioned, seriously questioned. Where if person go to the polling station on that particular day, the polling agents them and observers and go find them almost impossible for identify. Say yes, now the voter this, yes, now in this for like.
How do you feel? Say the CCSL, Mr. Kane, gets the statistics where it is try for projects, where it just casually say 10%. Because like I said to you, that 10% today, if not 3 million people, not 300,000 people. 300,000, now a huge chunk of votes. Remember, 250,000 don't lost for the registration, you remember? So if you put the 250 plus the 300,000, it's about 500,000 people.
Yeah.
500,000 people. And we don't know who's part of that nigga for come out.
Imran, as I tell you, I am not in agreement with that percentage of cards being blacked and cannot be identified. I am not in agreement with that because I know very well me mama in face black, me papa in face black, me face black, me brother in face black, me auntie cousin, everybody have seen the cards in face black. The one they were in face not black and the one they were first time voters. Many of the cards in way then face them a little bit clearer and way not colored. Now the one they will register for the very first time.
You see, now it make them even more cause for concern. But the point what they try for make, let me just say,
Iman, hang on. Now critical thing I after they say so, because they try for distinguish between first-time voters we go register and the clarity of the ID card, and the one that we be don't register, yeah, previously. And I thought, waiting at the point we been try for make regarding the ID cards there, please.
I am trying to communicate that the ID cards then basically, this is my ID card. Now my ID card is, I don't know if I see them.
Yeah.
Look at
Yeah.
Look at
It look like Dr. Samora and you now official, I make.
card what it talk. Now not to me 2018 looks there, me identity in 2018. I mean sorry, me identity in 2023, not in day. New. This ID card basically they show me in 2017 registration.
So 5 years older.
5 years younger.
Okay.
Younger, 2017, not 20.
Okay. Yes.
And when they been print that ID card there in 2018 and 2017, it was clearer, it was in colored form. I'll be able to see myself clearly in colored
and identify yourself, Panifuto.
Mm-hmm. So now that's what I want to communicate to you. So what am I trying to say? Majority of the cards that I don't see were printed, especially if you're not a first-time voter, then take the data from the previous registration for the 2017-2018 election. And almost all of the cards then now then come out so in this kind of a condition where the identity is almost questioned. You're able to see who that are the possible really. Remember the only card so he said to me this. But
why is it? Why is it? Waiting at the discrepancy or waiting at your theory around 2017 when it been clear and harnessing the data?
Basically, what I would say to anybody, for me, I think it's deliberate. There is something that I don't know. I think it's deliberate. Why I think it's deliberate? ECSL, according to them, they outsource this contract to a professional company for print the voter identification card. And I believe a professional company, before they print millions of voter cards, they must have given ECSL a sample of the print quality for them for say, go ahead with the mass printing. I want to believe that. I don't want to believe that ECSL not ever see an example of ID cards being printed by this company for let them allow this company go print such a substandard, dark, unidentified voter identification card, and then a cash up and power that will throw it by power by force. I don't want to believe so. And then I also see say the new first time one bobodina me host where I take where they work to me, where been they lunge but not being registered, and not being get no documents. So I go through the normal procedure, I make them register go na NCRA, get certificates for me come, go register in your voter identification identity card, in your picture na colored, but my own picture na black and white. So why the difference? Why then they for clear, then this is not clear? And the majority of the bulk of the voters identification card, the data was synced from the 2017 registration. So the majority of the people will register on this election fresh. I mean, we go na verification and go do. The people that will go get some verification, they don't take the new identity. Then just confirm your information. Yes, you know for the summa. Yes, your address don't change or your address not change it, and then keep the same data from 2017. Now then print give you. So if the data come on now in this kind of a condition, I think it's deliberate. But what is the reason? I don't know. But waiting me know if we allow these cards to be used, there is the propensity that these cards will erupt violence. Because if person go vote, and then people say not to you this card na fake card, and there is no way they can assess the security of these cards not being printed by other people as the condition is. I think we're taking a very big risk.
Me go put until you say the reason we make this card not clear now because they not spend the money. With people like say sweet soup na money killer. Now broke balance the money. Because if they had spent the money where they said they would spend it, because they say na grease, then go do the thing. Behold na Vaseline be lonely. I didn't do it. Because They don't do that card anywhere out of Sierra Leone. And even if not Sierra Leone, if they take a reputable company, then pay them what they be supposed for pay, who for get a good quality card. But before they go, the last question is the slap where Sierra Leoneans then get na them face by the fact say APC don't write several letters them for talk and get dialogue with the ECSL as to regards with the issues there where would they talk now. And ECSL supposed to be the referee. They're supposed to be neutral. They're supposed to be serving, seen for be they serve the Sierra Leonean population. But it looked like for say then a surrogate SLPP them. That is clear now. After we then send the letter, we then send. I don't know if you see the letter where they say they don't fix all the issues then in question. Now, which issues then they don't fix? Do you tell me? Because I see that as dismissive, then they sweep them under the carpet, they no one for, you know, they don't get, basically, they don't show no respect. They're so complacent, you know, like nothing never happened when I shoot under.
I'll tell you, that has always been the strategy of the ECSL from the registration. Then they announced to we during the registration, say, hey, enough of be challenging for register first-time voter. But when they go to the stations, the staff here where they do the registration and they frustrate the young voters, them till then go back on the house. It takes a lot. We fed that in the day. I'm telling you that a lot of people will not register because of the bureaucracy we then set up, especially in the north and western area. Especially north and western area. Waiting me go say to that. Waiting ECSL they talk and waiting they put in action are completely the opposite of completely opposite. Mm-hmm. So like you said, I'm in agreement with you that yes, it's just a tactical way or a strategic way of saying, but when I push come before we get other things that we do. You know, so it's like they're stalling all the entire thing for delay them. Then we begin complaining, say, then they fix the issue and they are not fixing it. So we keep getting closer to the election day to a point wherein we are going to be forced to use the cards. That's exactly what they're trying to do. It's a tactical.
And now I really say police don't write to a letter say we will not get rights for protest. We not get rights for protest as a party.
Well, the APC party basically don't respond to the police and basically don't tell them, say, the APC is a democratic political party and the APC is a peaceful party. And the APC, the Constitution of Sierra Leone, make provision for Sierra Leoneans them the right to protest, peaceful demonstration, and not a faceless demonstration. This one could be organized by the party. So it means say nothing not get for happen. If anything happen, you get whether you call or ask say why this happen, why this not happen. So I believe the police basically really get for organize themselves better off for know how to handle issues. And we want the police to know that it is not a regime police. This is a police for the people of Sierra Leone.
Somebody whisper na me say Sierra Leone now 1 airport na 2 airports day. So you want to tell me for saying now na Salon Constitution self na 2 we get because na the letter they quote 1965 Constitution.
Yeah, we get new old money.
So we get new money, we get old money. Then we get 2 Constitution, one 1991 and one 1965. So ECSL. Now, the 1991 Constitution now came about setting them up. So, if there is anything to deal with, it for be 1991 Constitution. But now, then go 1965.
You don't go 1965.
My brother, it's a pleasure having you. And I go to make the audience know, say, would he bring you come back? Tell we which time you want come back. Make them go get something for hold.
Audience before they go, just for clarity, anybody be asked question, answer before they go.
So Fambulin, the word that the guest has been very generous. If you get a question, you can call. You can see the number. You can see the number right now on the screen. Just bear with me one moment. You will see the number right now on the screen. I mean, this has been very generous of the guest. Despite the constraints, if you look at the scroller, the ticker screen, you go see the number there. It's 077-4010-7250. or you can type your message the similar way I want to send on a comments, where we make every effort for sure, because the show is kind of interactive. So we give you 2-3 minutes. If you get a question for Mr. Pearce, please either call or you text them. We go able for relating to Mr. Pearce, so you go able for answer. Arthur, why would they wait for this 2-3 minutes? If you can permit me for ask 1 or 2 questions, and Imran, that goes to you as well. 1 or 2 questions, please. It's about a message. You know, you're coming from the All People's Congress, of which you are part and parcel of now. To me, there seem to be some contradictions. Not everybody go agree, but people like we, they listen very keenly. And one of the things they want to notice is, Imran mentioned that briefly about the float. You know, I think that the ECSL line come up with that idea. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So they try for galvanize the other party then behind them, where everything not look right. But for give the impression to the Sierra Leonean people, like we are all in this together.
So what they float for? They are service provider. They are not contestants.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now there's a big contest.
Yeah, absolutely. And now they say the float. So I listened to the All People's Congress. I think that the publicity secretary, we say no, they're not going to be participating, calling on members, you're not to participate in a float. But where I've been say there's a discord in terms of messaging is the APC strongly they against the use of this ID card, because they believe the ID cards clearly disadvantage them. But within the same vein, after the National Publicity Secretary don't talk, saying enough for you do anything about that ID card day, Ayeri, another APC big wig, we also get voice, because I think say the ECSL open window about the ID card discussion and for issue ID card again, where we say people like actually use the ID card or go for the ID cards. What's in the main message? Probably I mean not they get the messaging right in terms of the timing, because there's so much for absorb. But man, where they in the know. You want to tell the public, when they listen or we subsequently get for listening to this program, what's in exactly the message regarding ID cards, these voter ID cards?
All right. Basically, yes. There's this campaign going all over that everybody will register to collect your ID card. That is generally, because the last time I checked, I understand say 87% of the people don't collect the ID card, so 13% of the people not collect the ID card yet. So that is one message we don't go on before the APC come together for understand that yes, because before the APC come to this conclusion, we are not going to be using this ID card, because this ID card gets the propensity for fear of violence and disenfranchised voters because of the identity definitely questioned. The APC say, then take this ID card here, care and go to the IT man, and the IT man watch this ID card in and out. And the IT card and the IT man come out with a statement we convince the APC properly say, then card there it deliberates for them printer. So, and secondly, they not see any proper security mechanism or security codes or something where go make sure say then card there cannot be reprinted, or somebody else not tweet, or somebody will get internet cafe will just print blackface one, put one fake name and fake number, and people then begin to use them for votes. So the APC as a responsible political party then don't begin to focus, then don't see basically exactly waiting and go fear violence, and they don't want that to happen, because the APC wants to go to this election and win everybody accept and say yes, the APC win. Likewise, the SLPP self want for go to this election. If them happen for win let the APC self accept say yes, now they win So the election definitely needs to be generally accepted by both sides. But if issues of clarity of voter identity being questioned, if doubts about the printing of the voter ID card is still clandestinely done, according to what the APC press release is saying. If some data na the register is missing, if the figures are lopsided, all of these issues are issues where don't create serious doubt and mistrust. And these are issues we get the propensity to fear violence. So waiting the APC they try to advise ECL for do. ECL do ya win a party will be this pleasure of the winner. We're not going to win and tomorrow person can go explain say na so it be so it be. So they are on a regularize them thing there, on a clean up them thing there. But we see the reluctantness, we see the the tactical way of ECSL handling these issues, not communicating time, stalling some letters, not a response. Even though the APC leadership still there in serious engagement with ECSL to my knowing, and I'm sure when that engagement don't get to a point wherein if the APC say, the ECSL still know how to do it right, and if they not do that, this thing might bring thing that we go feel violence. The APC say they go take a political. And what in the APC say, they say they go communicate to the people of Sierra Leone, then go inform the police for protect the people of Sierra Leone, then go bring their supporters for a peaceful nationwide demonstration. That is exactly what the APC is saying.
And APC, I feel safe for also put a injunction in a court, because if the process is flawed, it is flawed. And if it is flawed, it is the best interest of APC for making them seek an injunction or make them wait until everything is put right. Because they go by an election where people and speculate, say there are a grand fraud unleashed by APC party. Come on, we are not stupid, we're not foolish. We can see clearly, say SLPP not to do this thing here for the sake of free and fair. Then they do them because they know say they're not going to win any free and fair. The man is desperately unpopular. SLPP at the moment is so unpopular that it's not even funny. So they know say now only one way they get chance for win these elections. Now for make them rig 'em. And everything what they don't do, not to accident. It's all deliberate. It's all part of the grand plan for rig the elections. So I feel to say it is the best interest for make APC, not just as a party, as an opposition, for protect people and will. And the will, it is clear. People not want Mother Bio. And SLPP said for come back and look themselves in the mirror. Why? Why would they try for force somebody where the people are not want? When you they eat fufu, you they eat out fufu, you eat out with okra soup or something for push and go down. Una can give people and dry fufu. They're not going to swallow around. People are not going to accept that. And if anything happen, they're not going to turn around and blame. Now that make APC not for only call for the protest. Me not so a legal luminary, but at the advice say, therefore also seek for injunction. Because if the process is then flawed, the outcome will be flawed. And I don't think they should take that chance. If they do that, they go do the people of Sierra Leone great injustice. And I do not want to see another 5 years of such a corrupt, mix-up, dirty, dabaru, roadshow government in power in another country. They, in order to do with any justice, in order to do with economy, anything good. But then give una 10 million for print card. Una go broke balance. People then say, but the card not meet the purpose of which it is printed. What's in an identification card? Identity card, now a card where they identify an individual. This is a ghost card. You cannot identify yourself. How can you present it anywhere when they're going to recognize you? So if that is gone wrong, it will be fixed. If they be so stringent for doing the registration, whenever they turn people away, all of a sudden now, oh, the card, the bad one, not bad, you're not going to stop people for votes. And this is supposed to be a biometric card. That is the biggest.
And that's not the biggest scandal of all scandals.
Honest.
But again,
so casual. Una can no more, una go vote. It is okay. Now for like bring you card. But when people have the card and birth certificate, no. It's not good enough. Then bring somebody for can support somebody application. When a reverend, no, we're not going to accept reverend. We're not going to accept JP, that justice of the peace. We're not going to accept this. They make us so stringent, so difficult for people. Now they not make mistake. And I will tell anybody in that country, say this is not a mistake. Now part of the grand.
So we might need for save this for another day, Imran, because this conversation never really finishes, because there have been malpractices, the anomalies are many, and then you can go back and blame Parliament. There were issues raised about the $10 million, which was responsible, the bidding process being a question marks around them. I mean, the telltale signs were all there, and
all over the place.
Yeah, so yeah. On that basis, we really need for bring this program come to an end. And I want to say thanks and appreciations to Arthur. You've been an exceptionally wonderful guest, and you've made the point. But it never ends there. But every beginning has got an end. But that not means at the end of the end, because again, we will invite you again to this platform and with better questions, because we now understand you as a guest and what have you. And you've been a very remarkable and exceptional guest. And Imran, you've been an exceptional host. And ladies and gentlemen, there have been over 150 some of us watching this live program. We've been expecting to double up, but never mind. We know say at the end, thousands who don't watch them. So we want to say thank you to Una. Until we come back again, remember, search for the truth. It is there. If you get for vote, vote wisely. Not vote on impulse. Remember this. This is really, really critical. But of course, before that 10 day, we get more program than for bring to Una. This na the TNN TV media empire.
Una go vote. Una for no say talking on the vote for Christmas. If you no go vote, go vote for Christmas.
So Imran don't manage for squeezing the last word. And here we go, ladies. Yeah.
Mr. Ko, you see the Israel make a fan do this program. You're looking inside na motoka. You see the part, no? So you know they go vote for this. Bye everybody. Thank you.
No worries at all. It's been a great program. If you like what you see, if you like what you hear, please like our program. Please follow our program. We are on YouTube. We are on Facebook. We are on every other platform that you can imagine. But every good thing must come to an end. Thank you so much. Fambulem. Tada for now.